Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Gina once again. I'm doing ICAD 40 to 45 ICAD is index card a day, where we create a piece of art on a 4x6 index card. Today I have taped down my pieces with washi tape this time to see if it's not going to peel off the paper as recommended by one of my subscribers. And once again, I'm starting off by brayering some paint on. I put white acrylic paint first and then some orange, but what I should have done was dried the layers in between, because after a while it started to just peel off the paper off of, because I mean paper index cards are thick. They're not like regular copy paper, they're a bit thicker, so they consist of several layers of paper. And right there is where I realized that some of the layers started to peel off. So I realized that I needed to dry in between, which I'm doing now, and I'm adding more paint as that has dried. My colors today I chose 3 colors, which is the orange, the blue, and the red. So for 3 of the cards, I'm doing the red as the main color, not the background. And then for the bottom 3, I'm doing the blue, at least as a plan, the blue as the main color. So these bottom cards, the orange and the red is the background. The ones on top, the orange and the blue is the background. So I'm experimenting, I'm trying different things, I'm having fun. And I encourage you all to do the same. I also put another layer of orange over it. Again, I forget to press pause on my phone, so I missed that layer, because I found the red was just too intense. And then I still found it was way too intense. So I brought in my script stamp. I'm putting white acrylic paint and I'm not stamping the whole thing, just, bits and pieces of the stamp. Some parts of it are, very defined, and other parts is just a light. It's just really background coverage, just to give some interest to the background and to cut it up so that it's not just a solid, just paint, it's not just the paint flowing, it's broken up by the writing now. That's what I mean to say. And today I thought I haven't used some stencils in a little bit, just a little bit. So today I'm gonna do stencils, just some really basic stenciling. My aim is still to keep it short and keep it simple. So I'm not trying to create a huge masterpiece or, nothing like that. It's just some stenciling. This blue-green paint that I have is I realize it's drying up because the paint is actually liquid. The brand of that, which is acrylic, it's actually quite liquid, flowy. And I realized that it's gotten quite thick. So I'm going to have to add some water and shake him up, and because it's thickening up a lot. That means I have it for too long, and I need to deal with it. I need to deal with my old paints, meaning I need to use them. I haven't been painting as much as I would like. So there we go. So I just pulled out some stencils that I thought would be interesting, and I thought that I would like, and I'm just going to apply them to my cards. I put this one off center. I didn't want the 2 of them completely on the card this time, so I just put it a little off center. And I just love how that looks. It's beautiful. The colors are really awesome. So this color scheme, let me see if I could figure it out. This color scheme that I'm using is actually a split complementary on the color wheel. So that means it forms a triangle. So the blue-green is opposite to the orange and the red. And the orange and the red is next to a color. So there's a color in between the orange and the red. So that's how we form the triangle. See, I'm really trying to use my color wheel these days. I'm really trying. And I have these stencils that I had made for different projects, and I thought, yes, let's use them. Let's get them on. And you know, I think later on, if I want to add words to it, I probably will. But for now, it's just about the art. It's not about the words. It's not about that. And then I have these, what do you call it? Ergonomic shapes. I have these random shapes that I cut out for another project, and I kept them. And I thought, why not try using these shapes instead? So I'm going to try to layer the colors with the shapes to see how they will work or if it will work. Because I don't think I've really done layering like this before. Or if I did, it was a long time ago. So I'm just going to try this and see how it works. The first color I put down got mixed in with another color by mistake, but I still put it down anyway. I could not believe I did that. I picked up the wrong sponge. That's what I did. Right, it had red on it. I picked up the wrong sponge. And so I'm going to just try using the same color scheme. Still try to add the different shapes on. What I realized, I noticed that when I dry it, it becomes more transparent. So I was like, okay, that's a good thing because I want to see my layers through it. I would have liked to see it more, which means I probably should have watered it down, but it's fine. This piece that I'm going to put down, I found it was a bit too dark. I really should have added water to, to improve or dilute the intensity of the color, but it's fine. It's fine. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to and I expected it to. I'll probably try it again some other time. Probably not with this particular shape. I think my intention was to use different shapes in this one, on this one card, and I ended up using the same shape, at different angles, and then my colors kept getting mixed together as well. So I think I got sidetracked and distracted. But I was like, okay, we could work with this. It's doable. You could still see the different layers. Not as much as I would have liked, but you could still see it. So I was like, yeah, I could work with that. And I thought I would just stop right there. I did what? 1, 2, 3, just 4 shapes. And I thought, okay, let's do an outline of this will be a branch, not a flower. And I was like, yeah, we could do that. We could do this. And then when I moved it, I thought, oh, I could just leave it like this because I was thinking to paint inside of it. But I actually liked how this looked. So I said, okay, since this is charcoal, I'll activate it with water and we'll see how it looks. Instead of adding direct paint, let's just activate it and I'll see. And if I realized after that if I'd used a Stabilo oil pencil, it would have been more activated. It would have spread more, but I was like, that's okay, that's fine. But I actually really liked the look of this with just the black on the inside of the leaf. So I'm just going to go around all my edges and just activate those and get it spread. It really does give it some character and some depth. It's just, I was like, wow, it's amazing what a little shading, quote unquote, could do. Yeah, I really, really like how this looks. And then while I was doing it, I thought, oh, it needs some highlights. So I thought I'd just add some white in some places. But I don't know if that was the best choice. I feel like maybe I could have left it like this, but I did add the white. Y'all let me know which one you prefer. If you preferred it like this, with just the black, or if the black shading, or if you like it with the white in it. So here now it's the white is gonna come in, and it turned out to be a lot more intense than I thought. When I put it down, I was like, ooh, oh my gosh, what have I done? And then obviously I realized at this point I couldn't take it off, so I just kept going, and I put it on all the leaves. I was like, okay, we can make this work. But, at the end, let me know which one you prefer. I kind of like both, but I really do like the one with just the shading alone minus the white. So let me know. I would love to hear from you. For this one, I'm going to use the big leaf. I almost didn't use it because it's so huge. It's almost too big for the card. But I said, you know what, I'll still do it. And that's because I taped it. This time I taped both sets of cards instead of leaving one free without the border. I did all with the border, which is fine. I just wanted to try it to see if I liked that look, I guess. And for this one, I'm using two stencils, one inside the other. I'm using this big one, which is obviously too big. I guess another time I could probably put my own pattern in it. I could do my own design. That'll be cool, I think. And then I'm going to add the same stencil that I used on my right to put it inside. And I'm thinking that should be cool. That should be cool. Which is like that. And then I'm just going to put some paint around that mask, that branch, and see how that looks. It's kind of scary, but I was excited at the same time. And what I found is when I put the paint on the pages instead of on my page is the palette. I've made the page my palette. I found that when I do that, I actually like the look better. Meaning that I'm able to use the page. Sorry, I got distracted. But I like that I could use the page after for something else instead of just, washing away or scraping away the paint. I could actually use the leftover paint on the page in different areas, as in different projects. I could use it to make what do you call these things? The paperclip embellishments, or to use it as inside covers for my journals, or I could use it as a base for a card, a journaling card, things like that. I just find it's really cool. And then I'm adding some markings, some extra markings with my Pilot pen. I am still looking for this pen in stationery stores where I live, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. This is a Pilot High-Tech 0.5. I haven't seen this pen in years. At first, I was only seeing the red in it, and now I'm not even seeing that. It's just gone. Pilot, what are you doing? What have you done? This pen is amazing. It's the bomb, diggity bomb, and more, and then some. And now I'm using liquid paper pen to just add some white marks, because I usually have issues with white ink pens. So I'm trying the liquid paper pen, and it's working, It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I like these little marks that they're giving. It's working. And here is where I was like, oh my gosh, Gina, what are you doing? Yeah. So I wiped it off as quickly as I could. But it already started to dry, so it left a mark. And I thought, well, it would look odd if I just have that mark there. So I decided to put a mark on both leaves and wipe it off. But I took a little too long and they left bigger marks, more intense marks. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yes, I just ended up putting the marks on all the leaves instead. And, I was just like, you know what, that was intentional and we're leaving it like that. It adds some interest to the leaves. And now I'm coming back to this one. So this one, because the guy is smaller, I just put him further to the background to make him look like he was further away from her. And now I'm adding a floor for them to stand on, so it adds even more to the illusion of distance between the both of them. I'm using the charcoal pencil, and I was having a little bit of a hard time, I guess, trying to decide where to put the floor. So I'm going to push it further away, further back eventually, because he looks like he's just standing on the edge of, So I'm going to put it further back behind him. And I love these pieces, actually. I love the color together, the color combination. And I'm happy that I'm using my color wheel to get out of the rut of using the same colors over and over. I found that I kept using similar colors and I realized that I clearly have colors that I like together. So it was nice to not be able to think about it and still do something different. So I am going to try for my next ICAD to use another scheme, probably the same one, but different colors from the color wheel. So I learned that there's the complementary, which is just the colors opposite each other, and then there's the split complementary, which is a triangle, which is opposite but not directly opposite. It forms a triangle. Then there's triad color scheme. I think it's triadic, where the triangle is wider, where the distance between the colors that we choose are actually equal from each other. So if I choose green, for example, if I choose green, then I count 1, 2, 3 colors after that. So my next color would be purple. Then I count 1, 2, 3 colors after that. Then the next color would be orange. So that would be triadic. And then the tetradic, it forms a square. Sorry, a rectangle. So I found that was cool. So I will be trying out some of these color schemes. Yay! And it's time to take off my tape. It was still ripping. So I decided to heat it because I remember seeing in somebody's video that if you heat it, it kind of melts the glue, so the glue stays behind and the paper comes off. So I was like, okay, let me try that, and it's working. The only thing is it's very hot. So I had to heat and then peel, heat and peel, heat and peel. So it took a lot longer, but it does work. So here we go. These are some pieces that I did. I just added the script over it to make it seem more cohesive to the lady. And those are my cards today. I felt like I missed out one, but thanks. Let me know which ones you love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!